can go together, it doesn't really matter. We can get there, we can do it if we try.
So the first thing I like to do is moisturize my eyes using my Shiseido eye cream to prevent dryness, and make sure to apply all around your eyes, including under your eyes and your lids as well. Also, to prep my face, I like using the Prime Mist by MAC. So what I do is I just spray that all over my face to make sure my makeup lasts all day. And trust me when I say this stuff really works. For foundation, I am currently using the Skin Clear Neutrogena one in the shade Classic Ivory 10 because it was recommended to me by my dermatologist. And to apply that, I like to use my blender sponge by Real Techniques, so make sure you dampen that before using. Pretty much, I just dab my foundation all over my face and blend it until I feel full coverage, which I usually like to keep it natural for the benefit of my skin. To cover up redness, I use my Makeup Forever concealer, which I apply on blemishes and around my nose. And for this product, I really do take my time to blend it in because it does have a heavier consistency. To set my makeup, I like using my Bare Minerals powder, and to apply it, I use my Real Techniques powder brush, which is actually the softest brush in the world. So I just lightly apply the powder all over my face, making sure to blend everything together, and very importantly, to blend it to my neck as well. For concealer, I have been using the Age Rewind by Maybelline that has a sponge applicator, and so far I have been really liking this concealer. So I like to use that to cover my under eye circles, and I also apply it on the corners of my nose to get rid of the extra redness. And my friend actually recommended that I use it to highlight my cheekbones, and I've been doing that ever since, and it really does make a difference. Once again, to set my concealer, I like using my Bare Minerals powder, and to apply that, I use my Bare Minerals concealer brush, which is an amazing brush, especially if you use loose powder. So I just set that under my eyes and any other red spot I feel that needs extra coverage. To contour, I like using the Too Faced bronzer, and I believe this is in the shade Medium/Deep Matte. And I love this. It smells like chocolate and it's amazing. And then I use my Real Techniques angle brush, which is amazing as well, super soft. I always like to start by contouring my cheekbones, of course, and I also like to add some bronzer on my jawline, my temples, sometimes my nose, and definitely on my neck for that nice blended effect. As for blush, I will be using my NARS one, and it's in the shade Deep Throat, which is a nice pinky flushed color. And to apply that, I will be using my Clinique blush brush. For blush, I only like to apply it to my upper cheekbones, and very few times I'll put it on my temples just to balance out the color. For eyebrows, I usually use my Bobbi Brown in Light Eyebrow Kit, which comes with a gel type one and then a powdered one. And what I like to do is I first like to use the gel one to shape my eyebrows, and once I kind of more or less get them the way I want them to look, I grab the other small brush and use the powdered one to fill them in. Since I do like my eyebrows looking a little bit more dramatic, I like to use the Gimme Brow by Benefit, which is a brow gel, and I just brush that all over my eyebrows to give it the fuller effect. Next are the eyes, which is my favorite part of doing my makeup, and I always start by using my MAC eye primer, which is great, so definitely recommend that. Since I do like to go for a more natural look on the daily basis, I always start by using the lightest color on my Naked 2 palette, which is the white one. And what I do is that I place that eyeshadow all over my lids. Recently, I've been using my Vice by Urban Decay palette, which has amazing colors, and I normally like to stay on the left side of the palette, which is the more neutrals, and I use Undone and Downfall. So what I like to do is blend those colors on my crease, but I start from the lightest and then start adding the darker shades. So when I do my eyeshadow, my secret is blend, blend, blend until I get it the way I want it to look. So I go in circular motion back and forth until I get it the way I want it. Like I previously mentioned, I start adding little by little the darker shades, and I do go a little bit over my crease and onto my brow bone. On the top right corner of my Vice palette is the shade Last Sin, which is a beautiful shimmery yet neutral color that I lightly apply onto my lids to balance out the darker shades. Using the lightest brown on the palette, I like to line under my eyes to just give it a smokier effect. Using my Kat Von D eyeliner in black, I create thin lines to keep it the most natural. Unless I'll be wearing fake eyelashes, then I'll do otherwise, but since I'm not, I'm keeping them thin. Next, I apply the lightest shade on my Naked 2 Basics onto my brow bone and blend. The last step for my eyes, I will be using my Shiseido eyelash curler and my Urban Decay Perversion mascara. Since I do have really short eyelashes, I like to apply 2 coats of mascara on both my top and bottom lashes. Next, I like to use my Urban Decay Naked Illuminated, which is a beautiful flushed pink highlighter that I like adding onto my cheekbones, my temples, my nose, and the top of my lips. So before I do my lips, I always like to moisturize beforehand just to make sure they're looking good and soft. And for lipstick, I've been using Lovecraft by Kat Von D, and it's a nice brown shade that I am literally obsessed with. Next, I like to use my Urban Decay lip gloss that came with one of the palettes, but pretty much any clear lip gloss or light brown lip gloss could work too. And finally, the last step is using my MAC Primer Mist to set in all of my makeup. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.
Can't keep my hands to myself. No matter how hard I'm trying to, I want you all to myself. Your metaphorical gin and juice. So come on, give me a taste of what it's like to be next to you.